Hi beautiful people, welcome back to today's tutorial. My name is Temi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, thank you so much, and if you're a returning subscriber, I really do appreciate. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making this beautiful milkmaid dress. If this seems like something you're interested in, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and let's get started with today's tutorial. So guys, for the pattern drafting, I'll go ahead and rule out half an inch from the top of my pattern paper. This is going to stand as my starting point and also my shoulder line. I'll start imputing my point. So from this line, I'll go down by my shoulder to bust, which is 10.5, my shoulder to under bust at 13, and my waist at 16.5. I'll also go ahead to add about 1 inch. This is just going to be my hemline, so which is going to be 17.5, and I'll go ahead and connect this point. I'll proceed to label my points. This is my bust line, my shoulder line, my under bust, my waist, and my hemline. I'll go to my shoulder line and I'm going to impute my shoulder to shoulder measurement at 7 and my neck width at 3. My neck depth also would be 3 inches. I'll use my curved ruler to connect the neckline. Now on my shoulder line, I'll go down by 1 inch. This is going to be my shoulder slope. I'll connect it to my neck width. Now to get my armhole, I'll divide my bust measurement by 6 and I'll add 1.5 inch, which is 7.5. I went ahead to mark that and I marked my shoulder measurement as well, and I ruled out a line. I'll also connect it this way just to get a straight line for my chest line. I'll go ahead and label this the chest. Now to get my armhole curve, I'll divide what I have in between this armhole into 2 and I'll go in by 0.5 inch. Then on my chest line, I'll divide my bust measurement by 4, which is 9, and I'll connect these 3 points. So this is my armhole. Now I'm going to go in by my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 7. Divided by 2, I got 3.5. I marked it on the bust, the waist, and the hemline. And I'll go ahead and rule out a straight line. For the dots, I'll be making use of 1 inch, which is going to be divided into 2. I'll make use of 0.5 on each side, and I'll connect it to my under bust. Now on my under bust line, I'll go up by 1 inch. This is to get the cups that I'm going to use for the milkmaid. I'll go in with my curved ruler to form this shape. And this is what I have for the side. Now to get the other cup on the other side, I'll just go ahead and connect it into my armhole. So this is what I have. I'm not happy with this, so I'll redraw the line. And this is what I have. So this one is not useful, and I'm going to be making use of the second one. So from my chest line, I'm going to go up by how covered I want it to be. So from my shoulder line, I have about 8.5. So I just want it to be a little bit covered. So I'll just go up from my chest line by 1 inch. I'll then connect this point into my armhole. So this is what I have, and this is my new chest line. I'll start imputing my body measurements. So on my chest line, I divided my bust by 4, and I'm going to go ahead and add 2 inches for my allowance. I'll do the same thing on my bust line 9 and add my 2 inches allowance. From my underbust, I divided my underbust measurement by 4, and I'm also going to go ahead and add 2 inches for my allowance. On my waistline, my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.75. I replace the dots that I have here. Then I'll go ahead and add my 2 inches allowance. I'll go ahead and connect the points. After connecting, I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So I'll move on to drafting the back. From the back, I'll go in by 1.5. This is going to be for my zipper. So this part will be my zipper. Now I'll bring in my front pattern, and I'm going to go ahead and trace out the lines that I have on it just to get the back. So I traced the M line. I'll trace the chest line, and I'll go ahead and also trace out the sides. After tracing, this is what I have. I'll just go ahead and connect the points. After connecting this point, I'll label this the hemline, the waistline, the underbust, and for my chest line, I'm going to go down by about ½ an inch because I don't want it to be this eye. So I'll just go ahead and connect with my curved ruler. So this is what I have for the back neckline. Now I'm going to go ahead and impute my dot. So for my dot, I have 3.5. I'll mark it on my underbust, my hem, and my chest line. And I'll go ahead and connect the points. On each side, I'll have 0.5, and I'll connect it straight into just the chest line. So now on my hemline, I'm going to go ahead and mark 0.5 inwards, and I'll also mark 0.5 outwards. This is to avoid the zipper bulging, and I'll connect straight into my chest line. So you can just connect the way I did here. And this is what I have for my back pattern. I'll go ahead and cut this out. So because I don't want to be working with too many pieces, I'm just going to close up my darts. So I'm just going to close it up this way, and I'll use my paper tape to just close it up. So this is what I have for the back. Now I'm going to bring in the front piece, and I'll cut out the cup. So just make sure you cut out your cup. And also on the front, I'm going to be closing up the dart because I don't want too many pieces. I just want one piece. So I close up the dart, and I'm going to also use my paper tape to hold it down. The next thing I'll be doing is the slash and spread method for my cup. So for my cup, I'm going to be dividing it into 1.5. So I'll mark 1.5 right here. I'll do the same thing from the 1.5. I'll mark another 1.5. I'll do the same thing until I get to the end of the cup, and I'll rule out a straight line. So after getting the straight line, I'll just label it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'll go ahead and cut this out. After cutting out, I'll just go ahead and bring in a new pattern paper. So for my pattern paper, I'll just go ahead and just make sure I separate it into two. I just want to get the middle point for this pattern paper. So I'll just go ahead and mark 4 inches all around, and I'll roll out a straight line. So I'll start placing my cups on this line. So I'll place my first one on this line, making sure that the lines that I have in the middle align. I'll place it this way and I'll tape it down. Then for the space that I want in between my cups, I'm going to be working with 2. I'll go ahead and mark the point right here. Then I'll bring in the next cup, which is number 2. I'll place it on the line and tape it down. I'll mark 2 inches again, and I'll bring in my number 3 and place it on the line and tape this down as well. I'll repeat what I did there as well, which is to mark 2 and then place number 4 and place it on the straight line and tape it down. I'll repeat the same thing for number 5, and that will be all for the slashing and spreading. The next thing now I'm going to do is to connect the points just to form the shape of my cups. I'm going to make sure that I just trace it out properly to get the shape of my cup. Once I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. After cutting, this is what I have for my cup, and these are my pattern pieces. So I'm going to be ending this tutorial here. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and stitch the dress. So please do well to stay tuned, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.